Guys, my name's Marissa, also known as Homemaking with Marissa on YouTube as well as on Instagram. In today's video, I am going to be taking you through as I clean up my backyard. We had some pretty massive wildfires in the state of Oregon and have caused a lot of ash to blow into my particular neighborhood. We are extremely grateful that we were not directly impacted by these wildfires. They've just caused a lot of ash and dirt and debris to blow into the backyard. So we're going to spend the day cleaning that up. Today is actually the first day where the air quality hasn't been in a hazardous or unhealthy range. So we're excited to get all of this put back in order and cleaned up. If you're new to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button as well as turning on bell notifications so that you don't miss when I upload. I am going to leave a link in my description box where you can contribute to the Red Cross if you would like to make some sort of monetary donation to assist those people that have been impacted in the states of California, Oregon, and Washington by wildfire. Those of you that have been following my channel for a while know that my husband and I spent a ton of time this summer working on our backyard and revamping the entire space. It was a little bit disappointing to wake up and find everything covered in ash. In Oregon, the wildfires are not something that occur regularly, particularly in really populated areas. So this came as a complete surprise. We had gone to bed the night before being told that the only warning we had was for high wind, not for fire. So we had pulled some of our decor off, but had not brought anything inside of the garage because we had no idea that this was going to be coming. Now, obviously, this is extremely mild in comparison to what a lot of people are dealing with, but it still was a pretty significant mess that needed to be cleaned up. I am starting by taking an old towel. Anytime I have a really big cleaning project, I will take an old towel and cut it into small sections to make my own cleaning cloths so that I'm not using a bunch of paper towels or ruining other towels that we have. So I'm just taking this really large old bath towel and cutting it into smaller sections. After my husband used the leaf blower to blow off as much ash as possible, I went around and collected all of our decor items to remove them off of the patio. I have a separate video that I filmed recently showing how I decorate my backyard for the fall. I will go ahead and link that in a card above if you'd like to see all of the details about where all of my fall decor came from. If you're new to my channel, my name is Marissa. I am a wife and part-time working mom to 3 children, ranging in age from 16 to 3 years old. I have an assortment of videos on my channel, everything from cooking and cleaning videos to home renovation and DIYs. I have also recently been sharing some different tips for parents that are doing the virtual learning option. If this is something that you're interested in, I would love if you would join my little YouTube community by subscribing to my channel. I didn't mention earlier, but I also have a dog. You will see her periodically throughout this video. Her name is June, and she is a purebred German Shepherd. We got her as a puppy, and she absolutely loves following me around anytime I'm doing any sort of cleaning project. If you have a dog that also is always by your side, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. This rug came from Target this year, and because it was such a light color, I was not overly confident that I was going to be able to get it completely cleaned off. For the bulk of the cleaning of my items, I'm going to be using this Mrs. Meyer's apple cider scented all-purpose cleaner. This is actually a gas fire pit that I'm just going to be wiping all of the ash off of. I saw a meme on Facebook right after all of these fires started, and it said that when you're cleaning up the ash, to instead of getting really discouraged about it, to think about the fact that that ash represents people's homes, people's belongings, people's memories, and that you should be thinking about that when you're in the process of cleaning up after an event like this, and to be grateful for the things that you have instead of just focusing on the frustration of the items that need to be cleaned. I really tried to take that to heart when I was cleaning up these items and reflect on the fact that a lot of people are really scared right now and are having to deal with completely starting over. They've lost absolutely everything. So while initially this was a little bit frustrating to see all of these items covered in ash, it's just so minor in comparison to the things that other people are dealing with. I did mention at the beginning of this video, but I do have a link in my description box to donate to the Red Cross if you would like to make a donation to the people that have been impacted by these fires. I have been asked about these multiple times in different Instagram pictures or videos. These are actually bug repellent tiki lights. So you fill them up with a solution and light them, and they deter mosquitoes from your backyard. I will link these in my description box down below. I don't think that Amazon has this specific color anymore, but they do have something close. I am allergic to mosquito bites, so I have to be pretty aware if I'm going to be outside about making sure that I'm not getting bitten by them. So I highly recommend these. Like I said, I don't think that they have that particular clear color anymore, but they are really effective. So if this is also a problem that you deal with, I would highly recommend picking up these little lights. This is just showing the amount of ash that had accumulated on this little table. I think that in this video it's kind of hard to tell how much is on some of these items, but it did all wipe up pretty easily. This Mrs. Meyer's cleaner worked really well, and all I had to do was just put a spray of it on each of the items, wipe it off, and everything came clean pretty quickly. What type of cleaning products do you guys typically use when you've got a larger cleaning project. Do you have a specific brand or scent of cleaner that you like? I am really liking this apple cider scented Mrs. Meyer's cleaner, as well as the mum scent for fall. I've shared multiple times, but this little play structure is something that came from Costco, and my husband and I spent the summer revamping it. We added the little lights that do actually illuminate at night. We added this little planter basket. So I just added a couple of extra pieces for fall just to make it feel a little bit more festive. Now I'm just going to go around and rehang all of the items that had come off. One of the pieces broke, so the clip that attached to this pumpkin to hang it had actually come off, so I'm just doing my best to kind of reattach it and twist it back on here. It has been hung back up for about a week and hasn't fallen down, so I'm confident that I was able to put this on secure enough to keep it up for the remainder of the season. After I cleaned off the items and removed everything from the patio area, I asked my husband if he would just come back out with the leaf blower and try to spray off this rug again. I was hoping that we could get as much of the loose ash as possible blown off before I focused on cleaning. It was also unbelievable how beautiful it was outside on this particular day. Leading up to this cleaning video, for probably 2 full weeks, the air quality was in hazardous range. I couldn't even see out my backyard to my fence line. It was just completely covered in smoke. You couldn't see the sun. It looked like our outdoor was just kind of at a constant state of being dusk outside. It was really bizarre to look outside in the middle of the day and not be able to see the sky or the sun. So I was grateful to have such a beautiful day to get this taken care of. After he used the leaf blower again on the rug, I just went over it with my Dyson stick vacuum. This is a V11 pet model that came from Costco, though they do have it at Amazon as well. I will link that in the description box down below. This vacuum is pretty pricey, but it, particularly with a large dog, has absolutely been worth the investment. I'm really happy with the convenience of not having a cord and also the ease of being able to use this indoor and outdoor. Here are the products I'm going to attempt to use to clean the white chairs and the white rug. I have this CLR outdoor furniture cleaner. I spray this on and then use a scrub brush to scrub it into the rug. Folex instant carpet spot remover, and then some Spot Shot. I had intended on treating the rug prior to this happening with Scotchgard. All of this has been put onto the chairs, so I do think that they will be a little bit easier to clean. Once I'm done cleaning them, I don't have very much of this left, so probably not enough to reapply a coat to all of the chairs, but This is something that I recommend using on any light colored furniture. I even use this on the chairs in my dining room so that my kids, when they drop food on the chairs, it doesn't stain them. I was really concerned that this was going to be a giant waste of time and that no amount of cleaner was going to be able to save this rug. I started by just spraying down the whole rug with the CLR cleaner, and then I went back over it with this Folex cleaner. The CLR is something that I've only been able to find on Amazon, but I've used it multiple times on outdoor furniture and I am really happy with the way that it works. So it's definitely something that I would recommend if you've got stains on patio furniture or something that is really going to need something pretty powerful to get it cleaned off. Next, I went over each of my chairs and just used a different attachment for the same Dyson vacuum to remove as much of the ash as possible before spraying them down with a cleaner. After vacuuming off the chairs, I went back to the rug and attempted to use this scrub brush to scrub out the spots. I have done this before for much smaller scale stains on this rug. I've used just the combination of these two cleaners and the scrub brush and been able to get spots off. However, there was no amount of scrubbing that was going to get all of this removed. So I did end up spraying it down again with the CLR cleaner, letting it sit for a couple minutes, and spraying down each of the chairs with Spot Shot. This cleaner is really good at just spot treating different stains, so I went around, sprayed down all of the chairs with it, and let it sit before going back to the rug, which I ended up having my husband pull out our pressure washer so that I could pressure wash the entire rug, in hopes that that would be able to remove all of these stains. I'm fairly convinced that there are a few cleaning projects more satisfying than using the pressure washer. It is one of those things that you instantly see the fruits of your labor. It did an amazing job at scrubbing off this extra cleaner. I had put quite a bit of cleaner on there, so I was concerned that it was going to leave a soapy residue. So the combination of using this scrub brush to scrub it in and then using the pressure washer did a really good job of cleaning off this rug. Next, I went back to the chairs and sprayed it down with the Folex cleaner and used the scrub brush on each of the chairs and then just wiped them off with a clean cloth. The issue that I had run into with the rug is that it was really drenched from me using the pressure washer. So while it did a really good job of getting the stains off, I was worried that maybe it was gonna form some sort of mold or mildew underneath if we didn't use something to prop it up and allow air circulation underneath the rug. So we used these sawhorses to lay the rug out to allow it to dry. Items from the front yard as well. This harvest sign is fine. This orange pumpkin is fine, but these didn't make it. So the ash, this is kind of, it seems like it's maybe like a paper, I don't know, this just, it being covered in the ash just totally disintegrated the top off of this sign and off of this. So I will have to rebuy these 2 items, but everything else is looking pretty good. This is what everything looked like when it was all put back together. You might be able to see that there are some lumps in the rug. If I were to do this again, I would find a different way to dry it out because it did leave some indentations from the sawhorses. I'm hoping that this will just settle down once the rug's been down for a couple of days, and hopefully those will work their way out and it'll go back to laying completely flat. You might be able to see that there were still some stains on this rug when I was done. That was actually from my dog running across the rug with muddy paws immediately after I laid it down when it was clean. So that process was successful at getting the rug completely cleaned off. Here is the before and the after shot of what it looked like. I am really happy with this way, the way that this all turned out. It feels like it's all put back together, and I can't even tell that this event took place. I want to thank you all for watching today. Again, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and join my little YouTube community. I hope that you're all staying happy and healthy. Bye!